Hey friends, Mia here. So this morning I was reading a friend's post on Facebook, and it was a faith-related post, and she had a friend who commented just asking if she believed that just because she believes in Jesus and that he's the road to salvation, was she going to go to heaven even if she didn't believe in the power of prayer, or she didn't believe in prayer at all. And she got good responses. People were kind of talking about other scriptures that pointed to bearing fruit as a Christ follower, and that it's about more than just kind of that initial dedication and, the belief in that salvation. And a lot of people just encouraged her to, study, do Bible study, spend time in daily prayer, even if she didn't believe in it. And you could tell that was not what she was looking for. She kind of said, I've done all that. Like, I've studied the Bible over and over again. And she said something that really struck a chord with me. She just said, I've prayed and I've prayed and I've prayed and I prayed for things that never got answered. And so that's why I don't believe in prayer. And that's why I don't believe that even though Jesus is the way to salvation, I don't believe that he's always with me. And I was just sad, but I also related, if I could be very honest with you guys. And I feel like there's probably some of you out there who relate as well. It's been a hard year. It's been a hard year for us as a collective. It's been a hard year for people individually. I've had a hard year, you guys. From my initial diabetes diagnosis to having a heart attack and needing open heart surgery at 33 years old, to having gangrenous cholecystitis and having to have my gallbladder removed and finding out that was dead, to weeks and weeks of nausea and vomiting and major weight loss and hospitalizations, and then having to have a tumor removed from my abdomen and thinking that was going to be it. Like, this was going to be the cure to my nausea and vomiting and constipation and everything that was going on, and still feeling like that wasn't it. And I remember, as much as I have seen God answer the miraculous in my life, I also had moments where I was like, God, are you even listening? Like, are you even here? Do you hear me crying out to you? And I was taken back to the garden when Jesus was just crying out to God, like, please take this cup from me. Please take this cup from me. And then on the cross, before he took his last breath, when he cried out, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, or my God, why have you forsaken me? You guys, even Jesus felt that moment where he thought, are you even listening to me, God? I mean, he himself was God incarnate on this earth, and he still felt like God didn't hear him, like his prayers were falling on deaf ears. And I share that with you to remind you that Jesus understands. He gets it. There is not any place that we go that he hasn't been. Even in those places where we feel like God is silent, when we feel like our prayers are falling on deaf ears, Jesus himself has been there. But as God took me to that moment on the cross, he also shared something really powerful with me about that he stopped nothing in the process of restoration and reconciliation. He heard Jesus cry out. In fact, it pained him. He had to turn his face away because he knew that this was what was needed for the restoration and the reconciliation of mankind, so that he could spend eternity with us. And the same is true for us. It's not that he doesn't see our pain. It's not that he doesn't care about our pain, but it's that he knows ultimately it is for our good. It is for our restoration. It is for our reconciliation to him. It is ultimately for our eternity. It's not the temporal, what is happening here on earth, but it is for eternity. And in this season, I remember being at church, being at a ladies' retreat actually, and we were singing, it's a Corey Asbury song, Reckless Love, and it just talks about how reckless God's love is for us. And it talks about how there is no mountain you won't climb up, no shadow you won't light up coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, no lie you won't tear down coming after me. And in the pause of that bridge, God said, there's also no hurt that I will withhold coming after you. And I realized that even the most painful experiences, my most broken places, are places that God is working to restore within me. Just as Jesus's death on the cross was for restoration, my hard, painful moments, the moments where I'm like, God, can't you hear me? God, can't you stop this? God, can't you change this? Those are the moments when He is restoring us. And so it's not that our prayers are falling on deaf ears, my friends. I get it. I know that it feels that way sometimes, but it is falling on ears that are so much wiser and have such a bigger plan in mind, has the big picture in mind. So even when you feel ignored, even when you feel unheard, please know you're not alone. Jesus understands, but keep crying out.